All right, welcome everybody back to Kira Yoga. So we're just going to begin in a seated position for our breathing to start. So just getting into a comfortable seat, maybe closing down the eyes if it feels okay. And we're going to begin with our Samasvriti breath. Equal inhale, equal exhale. So we'll inhale for 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Inhaling, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Inhaling, 1, 2, 3. Exhaling, 1, 2, 3. So just continuing the count in your own time. Keeping going with the 3 inhaling for 3, exhaling for 3. If that's feeling quite easy, you can increase the count as much as you like, maybe up to 4 or 5. Nice deep inhales and slow exhales. We're just continuing our breathing for another minute or so. So we like to practice our pranayama, our breathing exercises at the start and end of class. It's just a nice way to transition on and off the mat. Settle down our nervous system. Get in touch with our breathing again, becoming more mindful. Seeing if we can feel the chest and the shoulders rising with the inhale and sinking with the exhale. Maybe we can feel our breath through our chest or our belly rising and falling. Just a few more breaths here. So today's practice is just a gentle flow, and we've got some standing postures as well. Just taking our final breath in and exhaling. Come into some neck rolls to start. So just dropping your head over to the left ear, left shoulder. So we're getting a stretch down the right side. And then dropping down chin to chest, getting a stretch down the back of the neck. Then over to the right side, right ear, right shoulder. Stretching out the left side of our neck. So you can just continue with that 180 if that's feeling good. Or you can roll all the way around, do a 360 stretch. Whatever feels good for your neck. Breathing as we go. And we'll just go one way and then around the other way. And then coming back up to center. So we're going to come into our side stretches now. So our right hand is going to come down onto our right side. We're going to inhale our left hand up and over. So you can either stay on the hand or come down onto the forearm. You stretch down the left side body. Breathing here. Our next inhale, swap sides. Left hand comes down, right hand comes up over the top. Breathing. And coming back over to the right side one more time on each side. Looking up to the ceiling if that feels okay. Inhaling to the final side. And coming all the way up. Inhaling the hands up, looking up. Exhaling to the right. So our left hand comes to our right knee and our right hand comes behind us. Inhaling, lengthening. Exhaling, twisting, looking behind us. Breathing here. Inhaling back to the front, arms up. Exhaling to the left side, right hand to left knee. And back to the front one more time on each side. And last side. Breathing here, nice and softly and slowly. And coming back to the front, we're going to extend our right leg out this time. So I'm coming into that sort of seated tree pose position. Our sole of our left foot is pressing into our right inner thigh. And then we're just squaring our hips off over that right leg. Inhaling and exhaling, folding forward. So just walking the hands forward as far as feels good for you. Just dropping the neck wherever you are. Breathing here. And then we'll keep our right hand down next to our right leg. Inhaling the left hand up and over. Looking up to the sky if you like. Breathing here. If it's too much with that left arm up overhead, you can just tuck it behind your back as well. Opening up the shoulder. Breathing here. Inhaling, coming up. So with that left leg, just going to bring the sole of the foot onto the floor. So our elbow is up. And then we're going to bring our right elbow, tuck it across the left knee. So we're coming into a spinal twist here. Inhaling and exhaling, turning face towards the back. Breathing here. And exhaling, unraveling, just swapping legs now. So left leg is coming out. Right foot is coming to left inner thigh, and we're going to square our hips so we're looking over that left leg. Inhaling, exhaling, folding forward. Breathing here. Just one more breath in and out. Keeping the left arm down on the ground and inhaling the right hand up and over. Looking towards the sky. Or if that's too much, coming to the option with the hand tucked behind the back. Breathing here. And inhaling, coming all the way up. So that right sole of the foot coming to the ground, right knee is pointing up, tucking the elbow around, looking towards the back, spinal twist, breathing here. And exhaling, coming back out. I'm going to come up and over to our tabletop now. And just going to come into our cat-cows, inhaling up, looking up. Exhaling down, rounding the back. Inhaling up, arching the back. Exhaling down, rounding the back. Maybe rocking the hips side to side or around in circles. It's going to feel really nice on the lower back. And then just go around the other way. So we're going to come into our yogi squat next. So just want to tuck the toes underneath and then walk the feet forward. Or you can come into our forward fold and then just squat down. So our feet are about hip width apart. And our heels might be up off the ground. You can try spreading the legs out wider or closer together. See what feels good. And press the elbows into the knees. Bringing the palms together. Breathing here in our yogi squat or malasana in Sanskrit. Softening down. And on our next inhale, just push up, come to our top of the mat, coming down into our forward fold, dropping the neck down, and bend the knees as much as you like. Your hands might be somewhere on your knees or your shins. Just rocking side to side. And then we'll plant our left hand down, bending the knees, inhaling the right hand, looking up. Coming to a spinal twist, exhaling down, left hand comes up. And coming back down. Slowly making our way all the way up to standing. Inhaling our hands up above our head, looking up. And exhaling back down. Inhaling up, coming to our crescent moon. So our right hands are going to come over towards the right. Getting a little stretch down the left side body here. It's coming as far as feels good. Inhaling up to the other side. Breathing here. And one more time on each side. Awesome work. So from the top of the mat, we're going to step our right foot back. And then we're going to twist our toes. So our left toes are facing forward Our right toes are facing out towards the right, coming into our Trikonasana pose, our triangle pose. So bringing our hands out shoulder height, and then reaching forward with that right hand over that right leg, and then just tilting the hips, coming down. So the hand might be somewhere along the shin or the ankle or the ground. And then looking up towards that left hand, if that feels okay. Breathing here. Might be a few clicks. Breathing here. Right leg is pretty straight, just having a little micro bend in the knee. Inhaling. Exhaling, we're going to bend that right knee. And then we're going to bring our right elbow on top of the right knee. Might want to widen the stance just a little bit. Sinking the hips down. And then inhaling the left hand up and over, looking up to that left hand into our side stretch. Breathing here. So next we're going to just shorten our stance a little bit, and both of our feet are going to face over towards the right. Left foot is about at 45 degrees. So we're just making a little mini triangle here. Both legs are straight. This is our pyramid pose. So hands on our hips, and then inhaling and exhaling, folding forward, looking down to our right toe. Breathing here. Awesome work. And then increasing the stance once again and bending down into that left knee. We're coming into our low lunge now. So we're coming down onto the ground. So we're going to bend forward. Hips are going to dip down. Feel the strength in our legs holding us upright. Have the hands on the hips, or inhaling the hands up and looking up. Breathing here. One more breath in. And exhaling back down. Hands are coming to the ground, and we're going to come onto our feet again. We're just walking around, so we're coming to a wide-legged forward fold. So our feet are facing forward. Looking down to the hands. Inhaling to a halfway lift, just looking forward, and then exhaling, looking down onto the mat or behind us through our legs, dropping our neck down. Breathing here. Awesome work. One side down. So we're just going to do the same on the other side now. So we're going to flip our feet to face the left. We're going to walk ourselves around and come into our low lunge on the other side. So our right knee is going to come down this time. Bend the hips down, coming up. Hands on the hips, or inhaling the hands up. Breathing here. Exhaling back down, shortening that stance, coming onto both feet. Got about 45-degree turn with that right foot. Coming into our little pyramid pose here. So hands on the hips, inhaling. Exhaling, folding down, looking towards that left toe. Breathing here. Inhaling, coming all the way up, widening the stance, bending that left knee, bringing our left elbow onto our left knee. Inhaling our right hand up and looking up to that right hand. Breathing here. Inhaling up, straightening the legs, adjusting the feet. So right foot is facing forward, left foot is facing out towards the left, coming to our Trikonasana pose. Inhaling our hands out to shoulder height and then reaching forward with that left hand, tilting down with the hips. Breathing here. Awesome work. So next we're going to bring our right knee up, bending towards our chest. Can hold that knee if we like, or we can balance here. Breathing here, balancing. And exhaling, we're going to extend that right foot back, but it's going to stay up. Tilting forward into our warrior three. This one's a bit tricky. Keeping the hands on the hips, or you can bring the hands forward. So kind of trying to get a bit of a straight line between that right leg, and so it's sort of like the foot and the head are at the same height, making a T shape with the body. Breathing here. Exhaling, coming down, swapping legs. So left knee is going to come up to the chest, holding that leg if you like, or just using the strength of the left leg. Breathing here, exhaling that left leg back, straight out behind us, lifting it up in line with the hips, looking forward, hands on the hips or bringing them above the head. Breathing here. Exhaling back down, awesome work. Inhaling the hands up above the head. Exhaling down. Just grabbing the opposite elbows, rocking side to side. Breathing here. And then I'm going to step back to child's pose. Sitting back on the heels, bringing the forehead down onto the mat or onto a prop. Hands are by our hips. Resting here in our child's pose. Awesome work. Standing poses are done. Hopefully warmed up the body a little bit, being winter. Breathing. And then inhaling, coming up. So you can take tabletop or downward dog for this one. So we're going to come into our three-legged dog in our downward dog. So pushing the hips up towards the sky. If we're in tabletop, we're just going to lift our right leg back behind us. So in our three-legged dog, our right leg is going to come all the way up. Breathing here and then exhaling it forward in between the hands. Lowering the left knee, coming into a low lunge. Just rocking backwards and forwards here. And then left hand is planting down, right hand is coming up, spinal twist. Breathing here. Exhaling back down. Swapping legs, so coming back into our downward dog. If you were taking that version, left leg is coming up this time. Exhaling it forward in between the legs. It's doing the same on this side, so low lunge position. Right knee is down on the mat. rocking the hips backwards and forwards. Breathing here. And planting the right hand down, inhaling the left hand up towards the sky. Exhaling back down. Sliding that foot back, coming into our tabletop. And we're just going to walk the hands forward, coming into our puppy pose or our melting heart pose. So knees are about hip width apart, hips are going to stay in the air, hands are sliding forward, and then we're coming down onto our the chest is coming towards the mat. Breathing here. Forehead can come down also. Resting here in our puppy pose for a few more breaths. And inhaling up from our puppy pose. Coming into our thread the needle. So our left hand's going to stay in front of us a little bit and our right hand is going to come up towards the sky, and then thread underneath that left hand, reaching the right hand through as far as possible, coming onto the flat part of the shoulder. Knees are about hip width apart, toes can be tucked under if you like. Breathing here in our thread the needle pose. Staying here for a couple more breaths. And on our next inhale, just untuck, unravel, bring that right hand up towards the sky and exhaling it back down. So just swapping to the left hand. Inhaling the left hand up and then exhaling it through underneath the right hand. Coming down onto the left part of the shoulder. Using that right hand on the mat for stability. Breathing here. Just a couple more breaths. And inhaling the left hand up towards the sky. Exhaling it back down. Awesome work. So we're just going to shuffle ourselves over so we're in the middle of our mat, so we've got room on both sides. I'm going to come up to a kneeling position. And then either having the left hand on the mat or balancing and bringing the right foot out. Then bringing the left hand down. Coming into our gate pose. So our hips are coming forward. Our right foot is planted down on the mat. Our left toes are tucked underneath for stability. And inhaling the right hand up and over. Coming to a little back bend here if you like. Breathing here. And exhaling back down. Swapping legs now. So right leg comes in, left leg comes out. Right hand over towards the right, pushing the hips forward. Inhaling the left hand up and over. Breathing here. And exhaling back down. All the way around. So I'm going to come back towards our tabletop now. I'm coming into a little bit of a yin pose. So we're going to come into our sleeping swan. So I'm going to bring our right knee behind our right hand. Sliding behind our right hand, and then we're just going to shuffle that right foot over towards the left a little bit. So our shin is about 45 degrees, so it's not fully parallel, but it's not all the way straight behind us. I'm just going to sit the hips back, sliding that left foot back. And then we're sitting down. Sitting the hips down as far as they'll go. So the right leg is coming sort of through and underneath. So we can sit up straight in now more of an upright swan, or we can start walking the hands forward, coming down into our forearms. Breathing here. Staying here for another 30 seconds or so. So this is one of our longer holds. So if it's too much sensation in your lower down, just bringing yourself up more to upright position. Breathing here. Just a few more breaths. And then taking a nice deep breath in and out, starting to shuffle ourselves out. So shuffling the right leg back towards the left leg, coming back into that tabletop. We'll just have a break here, moving our hips side to side or coming into those circles again. Breathing here. Just noticing how different the sides feel. Taking a few cat-cows, inhaling, looking up, arching the back. Exhaling, looking down, rounding the back. Inhaling, looking up. Exhaling, looking down. And then we'll just come to our left side. So left knee is going to slide behind the left hand this time. Sliding that left foot over. So not quite parallel, just at that 45 degrees. And then sliding the right leg back. Hips are coming down. Breathing here. And if you like, staying upright or coming down onto the forearms. Breathing here. Just another 30 seconds. Inhaling, coming up, and exhaling, unraveling. So we're going to come into our twisted deer pose next. So sitting onto our bottom with our feet in front of us, or bending both of our legs into a bit of an L shape. So both the soles of my feet are pointing over to the right. And then I'm going to twist so that I'm facing over towards the left. Inhaling here and then exhaling down in our twisted deer. Breathing here. So if you're on the forearms, just making our way up, and we'll come to the other side of our twisted deer. So just walking the feet over and then bending the knees again. So the soles of the feet pointing to the left this time. And then we're going to twist over towards the right and coming down onto the forearms if that feels okay. Breathing here. And on our next inhale, just pushing ourselves up. And then we're just going to make our way onto our backs. Coming down with a couple of poses before rest. Taking a nice big breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, sighing out the mouth. And then bringing the soles of the feet onto the mat. Knees are up towards the ceiling. And then we'll bring both of our knees in towards our chest. Into our cradle pose, just wrapping the hands around, rocking side to side. Then we'll extend our left leg out, so our left leg is going straight out onto the floor. Grasping in front of that right knee, bringing the knee slightly out to the right. Breathing here. And then on our next exhale, we're just going to bring that right knee all the way over towards the left. Coming into a spinal twist. So seeing if that knee can come all the way over and onto the mat. So you can either face over towards the left for less sensation, or twist ourselves over towards the right, so our right shoulder's coming towards the ground. Breathing here. Just a few more breaths in our spinal twist. And inhaling, unraveling, so bringing the legs back up to center. And we'll come to our other side of our half cradle. So left knee is coming up this time, right leg is going out straight. Left knee is coming out to the side, slightly to the left. Breathing here. And exhaling out, so the left knee is going to come over towards the right this time. So bringing it all the way over so that it touches the ground. You can either stay looking over towards the right. If you want more sensation, bringing the left shoulder over, looking towards the left. Give quite a strong spinal twist. Breathing here, making sure your breathing's not restricted in any way. Inhaling and then exhaling, unraveling into our backs again. Let's come into some windscreen wiper motions, bringing the knees over to the right and then the left. And then we'll bring both the knees into the chest once again, coming into our happy baby. So bringing our feet up so that they're parallel with the ceiling, bringing our knees out wide, and then reaching for the soles of the feet, making sure the head and the shoulders are still being supported by the mat. So if that's a bit of a reach, just coming onto the ankles or the shins, or even wrapping the hands behind the knees. So you can rock side to side here, or you can stay still in your happy baby. Breathing here. Deep inhales, slow, long exhales. And then on our next exhale, just making our way into rest. If there's any other movements that you'd like to take, please feel free. Breathing here. Join us. I'm just going to open the door. Hi, baby. Settling down into rest. Get a nice long rest ahead of us. Super.
Hi, Kate.
Breathing here and rest. Just got a couple more minutes. Seeing if we can feel heavy on the mat. Softening the head, the shoulders. Sinking our back into the mat, our buttocks, backs of our legs. If the mind starts to wander, as it inevitably will, just bringing it back. Maybe focusing on the breath. So we can count up to 10 with our inhale and exhale. Inhaling 1, exhaling 2. All the way up to 10. Or we can just feel our breath in our body. Noticing our breath as it comes through the nose, through the nostrils, down the throat. Into the lungs, and the chest expands. Side ribs expand. The diaphragm in our abdomen pushes our belly out. And then we exhale, our belly draws in, and our breath comes back through the lungs and the throat, out through the nostrils. Noticing if we can soften anywhere else in the body. Noticing if we're furrowing our brow or clenching our teeth or our jaw. Just trying to soften and let go. Slowly starting to deepen our breath. Gently starting to get some movement in the fingers and the toes. Maybe beginning to roll the wrists and the ankles. Maybe you'd like to come to a full body stretch, bringing the arms up over the head, inhaling through the nose, exhaling, sighing out the mouth. When you're ready, just rolling onto your preferred side, staying there for a couple of breaths. Just thinking of something that we're grateful for today. Maybe it was the sunshine or being outside. Being with loved ones or good food. Maybe you're grateful to have the time to take some self-care with your yoga practice. When you're ready, just pushing yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Thanking yourself for making the time to practice today. And thank you so much for joining me, supporting me. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you again soon.